What is going on, guys? Preloaders and VI preloaders, welcome back to the channel, guys. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with me. And you know this by now, I mean, at least you should. For those of you that are here for the first time, welcome. Welcome to Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. Welcome to Preloader Nation. My name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years spent with the elite NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit. The name of this wonderful channel, guys, is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. I already told you I'm Robert Simmons, right? What am I paying forward? I share my knowledge, experience, and training that I received from the elite NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit with you guys, the motorcycle riding community, and I focus primarily on slow speed motorcycle operation. That's right, between 1 and 10 miles per hour, the speed range where most of you guys are extremely uncomfortable riding your motorcycle. The reason you feel so uncomfortable is because at that speed range, you need to be the boss of your motorcycle. Most of us are not the boss of the motorcycle. We don't like the way that feeling feels because it's the feeling of not being in control. And that's why I focus on that on this channel, because I want you to be safer riders, but I actually want you to enjoy yourself and have fun for the whole time you're riding, not just when you're riding fast and the motorcycle is pretty much doing most of the work. Okay, so that's why I focus on that. Again, guys, this is Preloader Nation. This is a wonderful place to be, a wonderful thing to be a part of. This is all positivity here. Each one teach one environment. There's no arrogance, there's no negativity, there's no judgment, there's no teasing, there's no bullying. None of that crap, right? We're all grown-ass people here on this channel. We're mature, like-minded thinking grown-ass people on this channel. And we treat each other with dignity, respect, and support. That's what Preloader Nation is all about. If you want to be a part of this, all right, hit that subscribe button. And let me be clear, if you're already subscribed to this channel, that means you're already dedicated to being proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation. And that is the definition of a preloader, being dedicated to being proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation and being subscribed to this channel. That makes you a preloader. A VI preloader is something extra. Okay, yes, they're also preloaders, but they have a paid subscription, right? And they have perks, including being able to come out with me and practice as much as they want, and a bunch of other perks. If that's something that interests you guys, I'll put a link right up here. There's also a link in the description section, and there's a link on my website. All right, so check that out, guys. So today's video, I'm going to kind of break it up into two different parts. Okay, the first part, I had two VI preloaders ride here from Locust Grove, Georgia, for a private lesson, amongst other things, right? But the main thing was that private lesson. And today is Tuesday, it's April 26th, and this was just this past weekend, Friday and Saturday, and I think they left on Sunday. Yes, so they were here 3 days, right? And I'm never gonna forget those 3 days. We had a phenomenal time. Now I'm talking about two content creators. They just started their YouTube channels. First is Landshark Chronicles, right? And Landshark Chronicles rides a road glide, and his wife, Everyday Faye, and Everyday Faye rides a Road King Special, right? And just a ball. A lot of significant things stuck out to me about this trip. First of all, this was their longest motorcycle ride in one direction, right? 3 hours. What's significant about that to me is me, Wood Jr., and Roster Cross, when we rode to their house, that was my longest motorcycle ride in one direction, 3 hours, right? So that's significant. Secondly, these guys are police officers. You guys know I support my brothers and sisters in blue. And what better way to support them than to tell them, damn a hotel, you can stay at my house. And it's more significant than that, guys. Listen, I'm a good judge of character. I'm not gonna let just anybody stay at my house, right? But I've always been a good judge of character. And let me share this with you guys. So I remember when Cycle Fanatics and Holy Shift and Glenn, the guys from Jersey, I remember they were here, and that was for my 1 year anniversary celebration that we had. And I remember my wife and I, well, actually, I was going to go out and get something, and my wife wanted to come with me. And we were like, okay, now these guys are in my house. They've never been here before. And I remember me telling them, okay, we'll be back, and we left. And no part of me felt any strange way leaving people in my house, some of which I just met that day. That's Holy Shift. But that's what happened here, right? Friday evening, no, not Friday. Was it Friday evening? Saturday evening. We had gone out to eat, and I had to take my trailer back because I can't leave it in my subdivision. It's not allowed. And my wife said, I want to come with you. And I was like, okay. So we told them, all right, listen, we'll be back. We're going to drop the trailer off. And when we left, once again, no part of either one of us was worried about our home. So much so that the next day when they had to go to get a haircut from Barber CVO 19, and then Sunday they had to go to church, I gave him a remote to the house and I said, listen, that way they can come and go as they please. I don't want them to feel like, I want them to be as comfortable as possible. If they were in a hotel, they can come and go as they please. So I wanted them to feel the same way in my home. And I love that. That's such a blessing, man. So once again, these motorcycles coupled with YouTube, it's just such, wow. It has brought so many wonderful, wonderful people into my life. And some of you guys are just through video and messages and comments and stuff like that. But when I get the pleasure to meet you guys, this is why I love meet and greet so much, guys. This is why I love it so much. So I'm sorry if I went off on a little thing, but very significant. I wanted to talk to you about that, guys. And then the second part of this video is going to be Landshark Chronicles and Everyday Fade. They were nice enough to want to share their private lesson with you guys. So I did some recording with that. Now I will say I'm a little annoyed because my microphone was not properly attached to my phone. So the audio is poor on this, right? Because it's coming from the phone only. That reminds me of when I first started my YouTube channel and I didn't have a mic. So I can't go back to that. That's just, you know, it's nothing worse than watching the video and you can't clearly hear what the hell the people are saying, especially if it's something that you're trying to learn. All right, so I'm gonna apologize for that in advance, but I do want to show you guys some stuff. I don't want to just eliminate it. Part of me wanted to just not even show it. So let me share this with you guys, and this is for my iPhone people. So I was noticing over the past few weeks that the connection to my charging port was not consistent. If I moved my phone a little bit, the phone wouldn't charge. I'd wake up and all night the phone didn't charge. So I started being intimidated by my phone as far as how I handle it while it's plugged in. Because one wrong move, I feel like I'm playing a game of Operation. It takes a very steady hand. So I said, you know what? After that fiasco with the microphone, I said, nah, that's it. So my wife and I, we drove to Charleston, South Carolina yesterday, went to the Apple store, have them check it out. 2-hour drive just for them to tell me there's dirt inside there. And for the time I've had this phone, this is an iPhone 11 Pro Max, I've never cleaned that port, never even thought about it. And it's an open port, like it's not closed. So I'm sharing this with you guys because if you guys have any issues with that charger cord not being seated properly, try cleaning out that port because that's and I thought about it. I use that phone all the time. I'm using it now. I'm talking to it. When I cut my grass, I got it in my pocket. So all kind of crap and dust and debris, I'm sure was in there. So they cleaned it out. So with that being said, I just ordered an iPhone 13 Pro Max. I was going to wait until the 14 came out. But you know what? I need that phone as a backup. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that phone my main phone, and I'm going to use my 11 Pro Max primarily for recording because to me, there's no better device to record from than my iPhone. It's the clearest picture. The viewfinder is the size of the screen. I don't have to worry about the battery life. I don't have to worry about storage. And I can just airdrop everything I do onto my computer. Or everything goes in the cloud anyway, so it just goes to my computer. And when it's time for me to edit, boom, everything I recorded or took pictures of is already in my computer. So it's win-win for that. All right, enough about the iPhone stuff, but I definitely wanted to share that with you guys because I always tell you guys, anything and everything that I feel is relevant or beneficial to you, I'm always going to share it with you. Okay, guys? And if you guys are interested in coming out here and practicing with me, again, go to my website, click on where it says practice information, and that's going to tell you everything you need to know to get out here and practice with me. Or if you're interested in private lessons, like these two V.I. Preloaders are going to be getting today, also you can go to my website, click on where it says private lessons, follow all of the instructions, and we'll get you squared away. All right, and then lastly, guys, what I'm going to talk to you about in this video The reason why I have all my motorcycles out here today is, and I'm gonna do it in this video because Everyday Faye started this challenge. And I'm talking about the What's in Your Saddlebags challenge. So I'm gonna do that as well. As a matter of fact, you know what, guys? I'm gonna do that first, but first I wanna show you something. All right, guys, so if you'll notice, there's something that all of these motorcycles have in common. And yes, that is the Kickstand coaster. There's one on Blaze. There's one on Violet. And by the way, guys, Violet is my 2021 CVO Limited. Blaze is my 2021 CVO Road Glide. This is Valiant. Valiant is my 2019 CVO Street Glide. And she has a kickstand coaster. And last, we have Angel. Angel is my 2019 Road King Special. And she has a kickstand coaster. Why is the kickstand coaster significant? Because when Landshark Chronicle and Everyday Faye first pulled up and got confused by the parking instructions from my wife, here's the mark that Landshark Chronicle left. Something I talk about all the time. Don't put your kickstand down on my driveway. And I advise anybody that has a concrete driveway and you ride a Harley Davidson or any motorcycle with a metal kickstand, don't put the kickstand down on your driveway, because that's what's going to happen. And if you do that over and over, your driveway is going to look like crap, right? And the bad part is when he put the motorcycle down, he put it down here, and then it just kept sliding down. Like that's another reason you don't park in neutral, guys. But it turns out he wasn't in neutral anyway. I don't know what the hell was going on. I think he was initially. And Everyday Faye, she left her mark too. So these guys were in the building. They left their mark. If you look real close, I don't know if you can see it. See right there? You see it says Everyday Faye. Right? So anyway, that's why that's significant, the kickstand coaster, guys. Kickstand coaster. Now, my boy Finesse, and Finesse also has a YouTube channel. It's called Finesse the Challenger. Check his channel out. He was also here hanging out with us. Myself, Barber CVO 19, Wood Jr. He has a Challenger, and he said that there's a piece of rubber on the end of that kickstand, so that won't happen to your driveway if you ride an Indian. It must be Indian Challenger, because I had a Chieftain, and that was a metal kickstand just like the rest of these. Okay, let's get to this challenge. All right, guys, before I get to the challenge of the saddlebag contents, let me go over this, because I did put this out there asking people, which motorcycle do you think is my favorite? What's the order in which I like these motorcycles? And I did let some people know on Facebook and maybe on Instagram. Yes, I did. But now let me share it with you guys. So, and this took a while. First place is going to go to Violet. Violet is in first place. And the reason Violet's in first place, it took a while for that to happen. For a long time, Violet was not in first place. Violet was in another place. I'll put it like that. However, the more things I added to Violet, the more she kept creeping up. The one thing that Violet has as an advantage is she's the most comfortable. She's definitely the most comfortable. Secondly, she has the most surface space. And for any of you guys that know anything about me, surface space to me equals place to put lights. And Violet has lights all over her, all over her. And she just looks impressive. She really does. And then on top of that, once I upgraded the suspension to Wilbur's, and then lastly, upgraded these handlebars. That was it, baby. I mean, that was it, because these bars, if I made a right turn, they were hitting my leg. At least this was hitting my leg. And that's a no-no. And then putting on the Tab Performance 50 caliber slip-ons. All right. This motorcycle also has Tab Performance heads. This has the louvered baffers, so it's not extremely loud. So Anita's hearing won't be impaired. And custom dynamics everywhere on this bike. So yes, you know, after a while and thinking about it, but looking at it and how I feel, yes, Violet is number one. Number two is Valiant. Valiant was number one for a long time. She was my first Harley Davidson motorcycle. And she has a great sounding system. She has 6 speakers. She's got a 122 stage 3, so she's the fastest. She's got Tab Performance slip-ons with the zombie baffle, right, with the slant tips. And she also has full Tab Performance headers. And of course, because it's a stage 3, it's got a cam in it. So she's the loudest. She's the most aggressive. I love her colors. I've always loved these colors, gray and blue. And of course, she has Wilbur suspension. She's got custom dynamics lights all over her. One day I'm going to do a video just talking about the custom dynamics lights on all of my bikes. And again, an upgrade on the handlebars. Just beautiful, beautiful. And I forgot to say, and an upgraded seat. This is a Saddleman seat, Dominator, extended reach. So she was just always my favorite. But I can't deny how I feel when I ride Violet and how Violet looks in comparison. Now from the front, they pretty much look the same. And when I'm referring to, they have the same headlight. They have the same custom dynamics running lights right here. They have the same lower custom dynamics lights. They have the same vent light. They have the same windshield light. But the difference is Violet has these auxiliary lights. And that's what sets the front apart. Okay, third is Blaze. Now, and if you guys know anything about me, I'm not a Road Glide guy. I'm really not, but I always said when I saw this particular Road Glide that I would get, if I had a Road Glide, it would be this one. And that's why I have this one. And again, when I look at it from different angles, you know, whoo, it looks nice. I really like it. But from the front, I just don't like the way Road Glides look. But same thing with this motorcycle. Tab Performance 50 caliber slip-ons with the zombie baffle. There's no headers on this one yet. Notice I said yet. I also put a Saddleman Dominator seat, extended reach on this one. Changed the handlebars. Put some highway pegs on it. Custom dynamics lights, of course, as much as I can put on it. You're limited on the shark nose fairing. Another reason I don't like the shark nose fairing. You're limited. Okay, and then last but not least, Angel. And Angel was my practice bike. You didn't see her a lot, and that was because the handlebars sucked. I mean, the handlebars were really bad, and it just felt uncomfortable. But finally, I upgraded the handlebars. These are factory 47 12-inch handlebars. And the thing I love about factory 47 bars is this is 1.5 inches thick, so it's substantial. And as far as I'm concerned, anything thinner than that, it may as well be on a bike, right? So it fits the bike more. There's custom dynamics lights all over this motorcycle. I just put some Kahuna grips on because the grips sucked as well. And I'm also going to put some Kahuna floorboards on and the brake pedal because I just want that to match. It's the practice bike, yes, but I want certain things to match. But more importantly, let me show you this, guys. I know I'm all over the place now. See the bottom of this floorboard? So when I scrape, if you hear me scraping on the right side, you can see there's a bunch of scrapes right here. But if you hear me scraping, I'm scraping the floorboard. However, with the Kahuna collection, which is what I have on all of the CVOs, they come with it. But with the Kahuna collection, see this right here? That's a drag, that's meant to be dragged on the ground. And you can see it's kind of grinded out. And once that grinds some more, all you have to do is unscrew this and add another one, right? And I can see some scrapes right here. So I might replace that because it's a little bit longer than this. But either way, you're still right here. This is not the actual floorboard. This is the thing attached to it. This is the floorboard. All right, so anyway, let's get to the saddlebags, guys. All right, so we're going to do it in the order in which I like these bikes. I was going to keep the camera on the tripod, but let's try to do it one-handed. So the CVOs come with bags, travel bags. And I usually keep the bags in there because it helps me compartmentalize things instead of having stuff just, you know, all over the place. That's how stuff goes into your saddlebag and it stays there until your motorcycle is sold. You forget all about it. So I'll just take the whole bag out and you'll see there's nothing in there but lint. These bags come lined on the Limited. Okay, so let's see what we got in here. We got a bottle of water in that pocket. And then in here we have, there's a rag. Microfiber, must have. Got a mask. Guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, lower your expectations as far as the contents of my saddlebag. Microfibers, I guess you can see what I prioritize. Making sure stuff is clean. A Scully cap, I don't even wear this anymore. What else we got? We got some hand sanitizer. Got some sunblock. which I always forget to put on. All right, see, and that's it for this bag. Whoa. Of course, I got my sticker in there. If we come on this side, I didn't put a bag in here, so I have more room. I have, these are my Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle cards that I give out. This is a jump pack. If you guys watch my videos, you know why I got this in here now. I have a long screwdriver, and that's just in case I have to take the seat off. You know, there's a lot of cushion and stuff going on back here. So a longer screwdriver is going to help you out better getting to that screw. I have an air freshener, which is past its prime. We need to get rid of that. I have a charging cord for my phone. And that's an extra charging cord for my portable battery packs that I also carry. But right now they're charging because I have another cord that's actually plugged in right there. I have some literature for the rattle killer. For you guys that are unfamiliar with the rattle killer, Stefan from Germany. He's the guy that put the Wilbur suspension on all 4 of my motorcycles. And he is the creator of the rattle killer. And the rattle killer takes away all of the play that's in your throttle on these Harley Davidsons. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check your throttle. You'll see a bunch of play. Okay, I have some hand sanitizer, the key to the motorcycle. I keep the keys in the motorcycle. And last but not least, a bungee cord. Very important to have a bungee cord in your motorcycle, guys. Zip ties are good as well, but if your kickstand spring breaks and you need to get from point A to point B and you're by yourself, how are you going to secure the kickstand in the up position so that you can ride? How are you going to attach it so it doesn't move? A zip tie is not going to work in that situation. And then when you get where you need to get, how are you going to get it off? So you take this, you put one end on the kickstand, wrap the other end. Usually I put it under my butt on the seat and strap it to something on the other side of the motorcycle, and then I'm good to go. And when I get to where I need to go, all I have to do is unstrap it from under me. Kickstand goes down, I can put the motorcycle down. And you want to have these in different lengths. The color is going to determine the length. Okay? You want it so it can actually reach. You want options, right? You want options. Okay. Put all this back in there. See, guys, simplistic. Simplistic. All right. Now, this motorcycle has a tour pack, so we got to check the tour pack. Again, tour pack is lined. So in here, my wife bought me this. It's just a jacket in here. She said if you're ever riding and it gets chilly, you have something to put on. Thank you, sweetheart. More microfibers. You guys know what the priority is. Another microfiber. Here is the rechargeable battery pack that I have for the phone. I thought it was in the house charging, but it is not. And I already have a plug for it, so I can take that other plug in. I don't need that many plugs. I have my preload hat, and this hat is specifically for Violet. I have a hat for each motorcycle. I have Robert Simmons paying it forward wristband, some gloves. This is a mount to mount the Insta360 One X2 camera on the motorcycle. I have some Holy Shift stickers. I have, what is this? From Harley Davidson. Oh, this is the Kahuna Collection brake, the brake pedal cover, and that's what's going on. As a matter of fact, that's going on Angel. So let's put it in Angel's. I don't want to show you guys what's in there yet, but let's put that in there. I was riding this motorcycle when I went to Harley Davidson to pick that up. I have some riding glasses, keep them in the plastic so they don't get all scratched up. Another pair of gloves. And an invisible selfie stick from Insta360. And this is just a storage bag. All right, and that's it for Violet. I told you guys, lower your expectations. All right, let's move on to Valiant. Start over here. Yeah, no bag over here. So again, bungee cords. Red. See, the red is a different length than the green. More business cards. Those say preload on them. The other ones say be the boss of your motorcycle. And because this is Valiant, and Valiant is loud as all can be, we have earplugs. Another bungee. Different color, different length. Microfiber. Air freshener. Glasses. Now these glasses, these are riding glasses. And right now, I have the clear lens in them. But you can see down here at the bottom, those are more lenses. So the lenses are interchangeable. And you can see a yellow lens sticking out. I actually prefer the yellow lens at night. I think it works much better, reducing glare and such. All right, and that's it for the saddlebag. I told you guys, you're not gonna be much in here. Now, of course, I think the contents of everybody's saddlebags are gonna change if they're riding for any real distance. Again, I have a bag in here. Take the bag out. There's nothing else in there. This is usually where I keep my drinks. That's the back of the bag. Nothing's in there. And in here I have a rag, microfiber. You guys seeing the pattern? A rag. Now, Wood Jr. said, if you live in the South, you should always have a sweat rag. So, Wood Jr. could live in Alaska. He'd need a sweat rag. And here we go. Another bungee cord. And then on this side, I have a mask, a Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle mask. A K95 mask. We got an air freshener. There's the key to the motorcycle. And here's the registration and insurance for the motorcycle. And let's see if that's it. That is it, guys, for this motorcycle. See, look at that. We are chugging along. And these bags are convenient. You want to go somewhere, just pull out the whole bag, then there's nothing else in the bag, in the saddlebag. All right, moving right along. Blaze. I think I got a bag in both sides of Blaze. Blaze, again, we got a hat. Specifically for Blaze. You know what, I'll leave this bag in, but I know nothing in there. And this bag is really light. So there's nothing in the back, no drink. Got a rag. Some hand sanitizer. I gotta put some hand sanitizer in Valiant. I just realized none is in there. These are rubber. These things are for grip. And sometimes with the Street Glides and the Road Glide CVOs, the tank cover is flush. The gas cap is flush, I should say. And to get it off, you have to press it down and kind of twist. And if you don't have grip, which one day I didn't have, I couldn't get the damn cap off. See, you got to do that to get it up. And if you don't have grip, it doesn't come up. Twist it back. See, look at that. Yeah, see, so that could be a pain in the ass. Like right now, I can't get it back down. And it's hot because it's sitting out here in the sun. So guys, that is so funny. I had to actually use the rubber thing to close it. I never had a problem closing it. Okay, so put all that in there. And we got a Wilbur suspension sticker and Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle. I think I had a Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle in the other saddlebag. And on this side, I do have a bag in here. We have some riding glasses. We have the backrest to the seat. Put that right there. We got a Land Shark Chronicles sticker in this bag. And bungee cord. A mask. Oh, that's what the glasses were in. Okay. Plastic bag for garbage. Receipt from Harley Davidson. K95 mask. Office of the Sheriff, that's from Georgia, Bryan County. Another bungee cord, different color, different length. What we got back here? Microfiber, of course, another one of these rubber things for grip. We got a screwdriver, even though I won't need that. Not for the seat at least, because I replaced that. More mask, gloves, disposable gloves, hand sanitizer, license and registration holder, and that's it for Blaze. Told you guys, lower your expectations. All right, and last but not least, let's check out Angel. Now, guys, I really want you to lower your expectations. Remember, Angel's a practice bike. What do we got here? We got the key. We have the backrest, and that goes to the San Diego custom seat from Saddleman. Bungee cords, different size, different length, different color, different sizes. Some riding glasses, which I need if I'm not wearing a full face helmet because this windshield is extremely short. Like, you have to be really short for that to be beneficial. We have an air freshener that's past its prime, and a piece of garbage that I'm not going to put back in there. All right, that's it for the left saddlebag. I'm sorry, that's the right saddlebag. Let's go over to the left side. Over here, the air freshener past its prime. Not going to put that back in. And 4 cones. That is it. And I keep these saddlebags kind of empty because I usually put cones in them. And last, the tour pack. So the tour pack has a bunch of different stickers. Got Barber CVO19, Custom Dynamics, Cycle Fanatics, Clockworks, Pro Beam, Saddleman, Traveling Tour Run to the Hills, Get Clocked, Wilbur Suspension, Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle, Easy Grip Rattle Killer, Holy Shift, Insta 360, Barber CVO19 again, Preloader Nation, Custom Dynamics again, Zombie Baffles, the Tab Performance with the Zombie Baffles, Gliding on 2s, Landshark Chronicles. All right, and in the tour pack we have, what I just talked about, the Kahuna Collection brake pad cover. Of course, we have an air freshener past its prime. We have some, I was looking for these gloves too. We have some riding gloves. We have registration and insurance holder. We have a jump pack that I just bought. Anita told me buy another jump pack. And this is actually something that just holds the selfie stick from Insta 360. And last, we have Pro Guards. So I rent these out on my practice sessions if people want a little bit of extra protection on their engine guards and saddlebag guards. Fits most applications, that's what it says. I'm not sponsored by this. They didn't give this to me or anything like that. But sometimes people want some extra protection, so I rent these to people. And I rent them for a good price. The price is free. If anybody wants them, I don't have a problem with it. They can just put them on their bike and just take them off. Now, truth be told, I let James is a V.I.Preloader from Florida. He came in, he was in practice session number 41, I think. Him and his uncle came, his Uncle Joe. And I loaned James my Pro Guards, and James took them home. We both forgot that they were on his motorcycle. But being the gentleman that he is, stand-up V.I.Preloader, he mailed me 3 sets of these. So we're going to thank James for that. And if you have the privilege of using these in a practice session or a private lesson, you can thank James V.I.Preloader. If it's more than one of you, because I already had one. All right, and that's it, guys. That's the contents of my saddlebags and my 2 tour packs. Okay, so here's who I'm going to challenge. Okay, I'm going to challenge the Jersey guys. Yes, I'm not just challenging one person. I'm challenging Cycle Fanatics. I'm challenging Holy Shift. I'm challenging Hudson Moto Visuals. I'm challenging Fly and Ride. I'm challenging all of you guys. Show us what's in your saddlebags, and if you have a tour pack, show us what's in there too. And don't be adding nothing extra. Whatever's in there now, show it to us. All right, guys, let's get to the private lesson that Landshark Chronicles and Everyday Faye was so nice enough to share with us. And I do want to let you know, guys, there's going to be chapters in this video so that you can easily navigate and watch what you really want to watch. Of course, I prefer you watch the whole thing because you never know what you're going to miss on a Robert Simmons Paying It Forward video. But just in case, you got that option. All right, let's do it. All right, so even though you guys see a bunch of cones out here, a lot of this stuff is not relevant to you. You're not going to be doing it, so don't worry about it. There's no pressure out here. All right, you guys do what you're comfortable doing. And if I see that you could do something that you probably aren't comfortable, I might give you a little bit of push. Just try it. Okay? All right. Leave your egos on the sidewalk. All right? There's not a competition. All right, we're here to learn. Everything is positive. Okay? If you see me do this, it means turn off your engine. Dropping your motorcycle is par for the course. All right? It's important you know that. Do you want to remove your saddlebags?
Yeah.
Let's take the bags off. All right. You guys practice, right?
Yep.
How often?
I practice
Maybe once a week for me.
How long you been riding a motorcycle?
Since August.
Same thing, right?
yeah, since August.
And how long you been practicing slow speed operation?
Since August.
I've been practicing that, yeah. Since
Yeah, good. That's the perfect answers. All right, and if you had to rate yourself 1 to 10, 10 being the best, slow speed, what would you give yourself?
2.
I give about a 3 or 4.
Okay, good. So, and you practice. Why do you practice?
Because I want to learn how to maneuver my bike. I want to have total control over it.
There we go. Love that. Total control. How about you?
And I just want to, like I tell my wife, be able to get out of any situation with confidence. Like, you know, you catch traffic or you got to make this U-turn that you're not expecting, being able to do it.
Perfect answers. Perfect answers. So you guys you already dialed in and tuned in anyway. We practice for a few reasons. We practice to gain muscle memory. And when you get that muscle memory, like you said, when certain things come up, you're not going to panic. It's not going to be an uh-oh moment. You're just going to do it. It also, practicing also gives us options. When because your options are limited to your skill level. So if you never practice and something happens unexpected, the only thing you're going to do is resort to your instinct. So good. That's why we practice. So today, what we do today, guys, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do the same thing every time before you move your motorcycle. Not just today, as far as I'm concerned, from now on. All right? What's step number 1? What's always step number 1 out here?
Make sure you're in first gear.
Beautiful. That's always step number 1. Make sure you're in first gear. Step number 2. See, the pressure's on. I think Camilo said you better study because you.
Exactly. Step number 2 is if I'm going to be correct, is turn the bike on.
Hold up. Hold up.
Oh, you got to cover the rear.
Hold up. Did he say step number? Let me make sure my microphone's on.
And I just looked at it too. I literally just looked at it when we left the house.
He said step number 2 is turn the bike on. Turn the bike on is not any of the steps, but she's right. Cover the rear brake. 1, make sure you're in first gear. 2, cover the rear brake. Step number 3.
Clutch. Preload.
And keep it loaded. Preload and keep it loaded. The and keep it loaded is the most important part. All right. Step number 4 is slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. And then step number 5 is pick up your foot as soon as the motorcycle starts to move. All right, you already mind screwing yourself. Yeah. Trust me, you're fine. Step number 1 and 2, so important. Make sure it's in first gear, yes. Cover the rear brake. The reason we're covering the rear brake, now remember, covering it doesn't mean you're applying pressure. It means you're resting your foot on it. If you rest your foot, I'm letting you both know, if you rest your foot on your brake pedal, your brake light's not going to come on because it's not applying the brake. It's not soft, especially your bikes, they're new. So don't worry about that. The reason you cover the rear brake is because when you want to apply that brake, you're already there because we do everything subtle on the motorcycle. If you do something herky-jerky, it's going to react herky-jerky. And if your foot's not on the brake and something happens and now you go to it, you're going to smash at it. Cover it. All right. So I want you guys to remember that. That's what you're going to do out here all day. So if I say, all right, Marquise, do me a favor. Move your motorcycle right here. You're going to make sure you're in first gear, cover the rear brake, preload your throttle, and keep it loaded. You're going to slowly release your clutch into the friction zone, and as soon as you feel that motorcycle starting to move, pick up your foot. This is not the Flintstones. We're not duck walking out here today, all right? If you grab your front brake today, that's a 10 push-up penalty. I know Marquise already said he's going to do it on purpose because he wants to do some push-ups. That's fine, all right? He also said he's going to do them for you, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's what's up. All right. If you see me go like this, that means shut your engine off. And I think that's it. But it's important that we understand that these are gyroscopic machines. It's important that we understand how these operate. Power to the rear wheel. Do you have faith? Do you trust and believe that as long as there's power going to that rear wheel, you're going to be okay?
Yeah, and I'm still working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you? Okay, good. That's what we're going to work on. To believe it or not, that's the most important thing. So we're going to start with exercises 1, 2, and 3. As far as I'm concerned, those are the most important exercises because most motorcycle riders are very uncomfortable between 1 and 10 miles per hour. Very uncomfortable. Why? Because in that speed range, you need to be the boss of the motorcycle. It's all on you. But people that don't know what they're doing, the motorcycle feels unsteady. And the reason the motorcycle feels unsteady is because there's no power going to the rear wheel. So there's people that ride their motorcycles, they come to a stop, and as they're coming to a stop, they pull a clutch all the way in, so now the motorcycle is just coasting. Or they go into neutral, which is a big, your gloves fell. Which is a big no-no. You don't go into neutral, because once you do that, your motorcycle is like a coin rolling across the table. You roll a coin across the table, it's gonna roll fine. And then once it loses momentum, it's gonna waver, and eventually it's gonna fall. That's your motorcycle without power to the rear wheel. So we're gonna talk about keeping it loaded, staying in the friction zone, and we're also gonna talk about that rear brake. Remember, your front brake is for stopping, your rear brake is for control, all right? Using the front brake at slow speeds, it's too much power. I actually tried it on the highway one day. I said, let me just try to use this front brake. No matter how light I grabbed it, it's too much power. My motorcycle feels unsteady. Plus, we know that if you're riding very slowly, you're in the friction zone. So you're keeping it loaded. But we know we also have to use a brake to slow us down. Try preloading and keeping it loaded and grabbing the front brake. By design, your motorcycle is showing you you're not supposed to do that because you can't really do that, right? And motorcycle riders are lazy and complacent. A lot of them are. The whole front brake thing is because they're lazy. They don't want to take their foot and go like this. It's easy if your hand's already here to just do this, right? And then the complacency is throwing the motorcycle in neutral, hoping everything's going to be okay. So first thing I want to do with you guys, forget about exercise number 1. Before we do that, I want to do some starts and I want to do some stops. Okay. And what I mean is, we already talked about what the steps are. So you guys are going to be from here to wherever I'm standing. I'm not going to be far because I don't want you to have a chance to get momentum. Okay. I want you to go through the steps, make sure you're in first gear, cover the rear brake, preload and keep it loaded, slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. As soon as it starts to move, pick up your foot. Now the good thing is, he changed his pipe, so we know you can hear your throttle. Yeah. I want you guys to concentrate on listening to your throttle. Believe it or not, when I'm out here doing my thing, I'm not really concentrating on my head and eyes. I'm not concentrating on my handlebars, my lean, but I'm concentrating on listening to that engine because it's the only thing that's going to make me fall if my RPMs are too low. And what happens a lot is people they'll preload, but as soon as it's time for the next step, your concentration goes over the throttle and I hear it go down. So the reason we play how we practice, the reason I want you to do the same thing all the time is because when you're going straight, things are not as a big a deal than when you're making a turn, all right? That's another thing I'll say to you guys. When you come to a stop today, make sure your handlebars are straight when you come to a stop, okay? And make sure when you come to a stop, nice and easy. So, guys, when you're coming to a stop, your foot should go down like this. Nice and easy. And when you take off, nice and easy. Because the last guy, when he first got out here, every time he would take off, he was going like this. And what are you doing? He's throwing the weight over to the side. So then he was going like this. Nice and easy. If you trust and believe that as long as if you have power, you're going to be just fine. Come to a nice, easy stop. When we get to exercise number 1, I'm going to talk about it. You guys, I'll talk about it when we get to it. All right, let me show you what I want you to do first. So even right there, I shut the motorcycle off before I stopped. So I'm relying on momentum and everything working out. Sometimes things are going to work out and sometimes they're not. So what I will tell you is this. When you're coming to a stop, what's the answer when you feel uh-oh?
Pull the clutch in.
That's the opposite of the answer. What's the answer when you feel uh-oh?
Throttle it.
Just, you're already preloaded. Just open up the clutch. So that's the dance we're going to go over today. The dance is open up your hand. Open up your hand. Open up your hand. Every time you feel a motorcycle falling, open up your hand. It's always going to make your motorcycle stand up. That's what I was talking about earlier when I said we have to understand how these machines are designed. This is designed to go straight. With power to the rear wheel, your motorcycle wants to stand up and it wants to go straight. That's why when people are trying to do stuff like make U-turns, when they're going too fast, that's why the U-turn is so wide, because it's too much speed. And when you're going fast, because your motorcycle wants to go straight, what does it do to your handlebars? It straightens them out. That's what makes your turn wider. So we want to watch our speed. And when you're coming to a stop, pulling the clutch in takes all the power away from the rear wheel. That's the coin rolling across the table. So I'm gonna come to a stop and I want you to listen to my throttle. You're gonna hear it up until I put my foot down almost. Then it goes down. Throttle, 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 throttle. Now I pull the clutch in. What that's doing is it's making my motorcycle stand up. If I pull my clutch in and I'm going that slow, it's gonna start feeling like this. But yeah, but with power to the rear wheel, remember, power to the rear wheel, and I'm also braking at the same time. I'm dragging the rear brake. That's what's, the brake and the throttle are working against each other, and that's what's holding your motorcycle up. That's how you're gonna come to a smooth stop where you can put your foot down, nice and easy. So let me demonstrate what I want you guys to do. Make sure you're in first gear, cover the rear brake, preload, slowly release the clutch. As soon as it starts to move, foot up, stop, stop. Look at my head and eyes the whole time, straight ahead. I'm not looking down. Stop, nice and easy. All right, let's do it. So right from the start, Marquis started from here. As soon as he went to make this turn, preload went down. Easy, easy. Nice and easy on that rear brake.
I gotta get you another right.
So as soon as you took off, you preloaded, you went to make the turn. As soon as you went into that turn, your preload went down. That's the worst time to have the preload down. Yeah. So listen to your engine. Your engine should sound like this. If you hear cluck, 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 it's too low. Like I can actually see when your throttle's too low if I can't hear it because your engine is shaking like this. As soon as you bring your RPMs up, it stops. All right? And again, the reason why we want to make sure we pay attention to the RPMs all the time is because, yeah, it's not too important going straight, but if you're always used to it being high, you're not going to have to think about it when you start making U-turns and stuff like that. Okay? All right. You're just going to come right to me and then stop. Nice and easy. We're like ballet dancers out here. Head and eyes, straight ahead. Keep it loaded. All right, stop. You heard your RPMs go down? Your whole bike started shaking. All right, let's do that again. Come to me. Preload and keep it loaded. Keep it right there. Keep it loaded. Stop.
Like I feel someone on back. I gotta get through.
We'll get there. We'll get there. All right, let's do it again. Already getting better because you're braking smoother now instead of nice, and you're taking off smoother. I don't want you to take off fast. Nice and easy. Keep it loaded. All right, go back around, do it again. You ready? Right here. Preload. All right, good. You want me 10 push-ups? All right, let's do it again. Easy on that rear brake, Marquis. 20 push-ups. All right. Nice and easy. Don't worry about it. You're fine. Use that rear brake to control. All right, make sure when you take off nice and easy. You're doing the same thing your husband was doing, that burst of speed. We don't want that. We want you in control. So make sure you're on the rear brake while you're preloading, and also your preload's going down as you start to move. Okay. Keep it loaded. Good. That's 40.
You made me nervous in front of me. Okay. Let me straighten up.
Okay. Preload that throttle. I want to hear it. Okay, keep it there. Stop. Too much speed. Too much speed. Remember, the amount of speed is determined by how much you let the clutch out. I don't know why that's pointing up into the sky. Okay. So remember, you're in the friction zone, the very beginning of the friction zone. One more time. All right, that's better, but you hear your throttle keeps going down. Let's do it again. I hear it right now. The throttle's low. We got to make sure we keep the throttle loaded. Keep it loaded. And you take off nice and easy. Drag that rear brake so it can control your speed and then come to a smooth stop. What you started doing over there, then you come over here turning the Evel Knievel. All right, you ready?
That's fine. I think that's what I think I start getting nervous. So when I'm preloading and just put it, like me say, drag it, like put enough pressure to where I still really can't go, but just.
Yeah, you're putting pressure on it. It's actually controlling your speed. You're not trying to stop yet, but you're trying to make sure you don't go too fast. Okay. And then when you're ready to stop, you just get a little more pressure.
Okay.
All right? Good question. Okay, nice and easy. The reason why it's throwing you to the side is because you're braking a little too hard. So that's why all the pressure, all the weight's going on this way. And when you're taking off a little bit too fast. Okay. And I understand, again, people don't like that speed range. So the way they deal with it is get out of it as quick as possible. And that's why you see people burst into speed, or if they have to start slow, they start slow like this. All right, let's try it again, nice and easy. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Good. Better, 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 much better. We're knocking down dominoes, baby. All right, let's do it again. Woo! Much better. Copy and paste, do it again. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. See, your throttle keeps going down. Your whole engine is shaking. That's another 10. All right.
I'm gonna pull over here and do it.
Do it again. Good. That was a very nice takeoff. Give me a little more preload. Let's do it again. Easy. All right, it's another 10. If I had $10 for all of these, that'd be great. Okay, remember, you're letting out the clutch too much. That's why you're bursting out with speed. So if you are gonna do that, just give more rear brake. Good, good, good. Brake, 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 nice and easy. Woo! That's the best one so far. Marquise is doing the push-ups. Okay, so remember, we're not gonna put our foot down until we know we're stopping. So if you put your foot down and the motorcycle's still moving, yeah, you're gonna start doing that. All right, nice and easy. If you feel, uh-oh, friction zone, rear brake. All right, let's try it again. Better, much better. And again, when you're coming to that stop, if you feel unsteady, go back into the friction zone, use the rear brake at the same time. 70% rear brake, 30% friction zone.
Okay.
Because you're trying to stop, but you want to be steady. All right, do it, go back around. How many you did?
20.
Okay, you got like 60 more to go. Only because you're doing it for her too.
Yeah, that's one thing I know and that's the biggest thing I knew I did have.
Yeah.
I heard you say it on the videos, but when I'm riding by myself, for some reason I feel like they give me more control, but I need to learn it the right way.
You're gonna see out here today that it does not. You'll see. All right, nice and easy. Preload. Keep it loaded. That was good. Let the throttle go. That time you kept it loaded all the way until you stopped, and actually even after you stopped. That's what helped you stay straight up. That was good. Let's do that again. Good, 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 good. Woo! I should stop you right now. End on a high note. That was beautiful. All right, and no pressure, man. No pressure at all. Good, good, good. Nice and easy on the brake. Beautiful. Head and eye straight ahead. Let off that throttle. Good. One more time. That's what I'm talking about. All right, you can park. Park over here. Coming together. Coming together. Good. That was beautiful. Let's do that again. Keep those RPMs up. Good. Nice and easy. That's another 10. Nice and easy. Head and eye straight ahead. Rear brake. Good. Nice and easy. Whenever you let yourself go a little too fast, that's when you say, oh, and then you hit the front brake. Nice and easy. Use that rear brake if you need to. Keep it loaded. Every time you go to move, your RPMs go down. Keep it loaded. Don't worry, everybody struggles with that. Everybody. Easy. Too much speed coming out the gate. Too much speed. Well, that's 20 more. All right, one more time. RPMs are too low. Too low. All right, that's another 10. Park over here.
Yeah, that's what I think that scared me more than anything was trying to balance.
Yeah, we definitely got.
Well, yeah, remember, you really don't have to balance anything. The friction zone is what's going to make that motorcycle stand up, right? I'm not saying there's no balance involved, but it's very little. It's friction zone. And that's why when he was stopping, his RPMs were up, and he kept them up. He actually kept them. He was stopping. It was still up. He was holding it. But he's nervous. I could tell.
Hell yeah.
But that's what made him able to come to a smooth, that was the smoothest stop he made. Foot went down like this. Bing! Wow. Right? Nice and easy. And LaShonda, you're still, you know, so you, now again, I'm keeping in mind, your clutch, I mean, it's like, boom, it's right there as soon as you, but use that rear brake to make sure it's controlling your speed. That's where the control comes from, that rear brake. All right? All right, now what I want you guys to do, ride all the way down there. I'm gonna be right here. Ride toward me, go up to second gear. And then I want you to downshift and stop right where I'm standing. Now, of course, at that speed, you can use your front brake.
Okay.
But right before you're gonna stop, no front brake, rear brake only. I use my rear brake when I'm going 10 miles per hour or less. I don't use it at any other speed. Because all of our bikes have link brakes anyway. So to me, using it at a high speed is all your stopping power is in the front. So come to a smooth stop, and then when it's time to take off, and LaShonda, you're struggling from this, that a lot of people do, as soon as you go to take off, your RPMs go down. Cluck, 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 cluck. And we don't want that, all right? Preload and keep it loaded. Listen to that engine and focus on keeping that sound steady. That's the goal. All right, let's do it.
Let me go put this in there. I'll take the bottom
All right.
off.
And LaShonda, take off that, move that face shield. Keep it up so I can see you. I need to see what you're looking at.
Okay.
I don't trust you. All right, guys, exercise number 1. That's what we're going to be practicing now. We did starts and stops first. Something I like to work on because it's all relevant. It's all relevant. All this builds on top of one another. All right, that's another 10. It's like you don't know what to use. You were using the rear, then you went to the front. Remember, you can start off on the front at speed, but right before you're gonna stop, off of the front, rear brake only. Let's try it again. Now let's do this takeoff good. Preload, cover the rear brake, good. Preload. Thank you. You hear an engine going glug, 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 glug. It's too low. Very good. As soon as he went to move, foot came up. Okay.
I had it pulled in too soon, or?
No, you didn't even touch the front brake. Remember, you can use the front brake at that speed.
Oh, okay.
But right before you're gonna stop, rear brake only. But aside from that, I see that you're concentrating on keeping it loaded and your stop was straight up and down. Try it again. All right, preload, keep it loaded, cover the rear brake, all that stuff. Make sure you're in first gear, here we go. Do it again. Keep it loaded. See, both of them. As soon as it's time for them to take off, the throttle goes down. And we gotta work on that because again, not that much of an issue going straight. Nice. Do it again. Preload and keep it loaded, LaShonda. There we go. Okay, it's good. Remember, when you're stopping, you don't want to be too high in your RPMs, all right? But that's good. Do it one more time. Nice stop, too. Preload. Now, when you took off the last time, as soon as you went to move, RPMs went down. Keep it loaded, baby. Again, it went down. Keep it loaded. Oh, nice takeoff. Nice takeoff. As soon as her motorcycle started to move, that foot came up. That was nice. That takeoff was nice. As soon as your motorcycle started to move, foot came up really nicely. Beautiful. What's your BPM right now? All right, one more time. There we go. Much better. All right. Goes to move, foot comes right up. And it looks fluid. Beautiful. Outstanding. You can park right here. Outstanding. Okay, now remember, the front brake is fine when you're at speed. If you're coming to a stop and I hear your rear wheel going, that's because you're using the rear brake at a higher speed. But that looks really good, especially when you're taking off. All right, let's do it again. Keep it loaded. All right now.
Mailbox is I did that and I was scared to stop for a long time because of that. Because every time I start, I don't know what it is about it.
Much better. All right, you can park. All right, good job. You know, and clearly I can see it coming together. But it's so important that you know how to stop properly and start properly because it's something you can't avoid. You have to do it every time you ride your motorcycle. And as a matter of fact, you do it more than you think, right? So I tell people all the time, this is why I say, if you learn this stuff, you're gonna enjoy riding more because motorcycle riders, they have to stop. Now, at that moment, the BPM goes up. They're all nervous. And we got to get rid of that, right? Okay.
When you said BPM, I was so nervous. I'm looking down here like, what is he talking about?
Oh, man. Exactly. You got to shake off the nervousness. Nothing to be nervous about. All right, now we're going to do a slow ride. Okay? And the purpose of the slow ride is basically what we were doing. I need you to be comfortable with your motorcycle moving slow And if you feel uh-oh, do not put your foot down. That's always the answer. You feel falling? That's the answer. We're already preloaded. That's the answer. And like I said, if you have your throttle, your RPMs are too low, going straight might not be a big deal. But when it's time for us to start making turns, that's going to make a difference. If you make a turn on your motorcycle going slow and your motorcycle is leaned, the only thing keeping it up is power to the rear wheel. So if your RPMs are too low and your motorcycle stalls, it's going to fall. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, all right? Not a big deal, but we want to avoid that, all right? Okay, so in this, I'm going to be walking right next to you. Do not walk, don't go faster than my walking pace. Head and eyes straight ahead, which both of you are doing. That's why I made you, I don't trust you. That's why I made you put this thing up. Head and eyes straight ahead. And you should not be able to keep your handlebar straight. If you can keep your handlebar straight, you're going too fast. You should have to be doing this. But the goal is for you to not put your foot down when you feel uh-oh, friction zone. So there's a couple of ways to do this. You can go into the friction zone to give you some momentum, pull the clutch in, and let it coast. And then every time you feel like it's going too slow, do that again. Use the rear brake to slow you down so you're not going too fast. Or keep your throttle loaded, keep it loaded, and use the rear brake to control your speed. You can manipulate the friction zone, and control your speed with the friction zone. Anytime you're going too fast, rear brake, okay? But make sure you listen to your engines, okay? Unless you're doing the option where you're going in and out, in and out. I kind of like we're doing it at a short distance, so it's not a big deal. I kind of want people to just keep it loaded because that's the hardest thing to get people to do. That way, if you keep it loaded, you don't have to think about anything else except this and the rear brake. You don't have to worry about your throttle anymore. Just wherever it is, keep it there. All right, any questions? Go back the same way you were before. This is trusting and believing too. It's not, sometimes it doesn't work out balance-wise, so it's not a big deal. Don't worry about that. All right, you ready? Let's do it. Slow down. Good. Good, good, good. Work it out. Good, slow down. Good, nice and easy on that rear brake. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Oh, man, excellent. Do it again, man. Woo! Pull right here. There we go. Stops and goes already. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Slow down, slow down. Slow down. Good. Keep it loaded. Slow down. Slow down. Hey, it's excellent, LaShonda. Do it again. Excellent. Practicing stops and goes. Yep. All right, easier on that rear brake. Everything else is excellent. All right, let's do it. Good, good, slow down. Watch the throttle, don't be too high. Excellent, one more time. All right, copy and paste. Good, good, good. Good. Look at this, head and eyes straight ahead. Little pressure on the rear brake. Slow down, slow down, slow down. I ain't say stop. All right, you can park over there. All right, last time. Excellent. Watch the RPMs, not too high. All right, you can park. Woo! Beautiful. So remember we said earlier why we practice, muscle memory, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, this is not going to happen right away, but this is why you have to, repetition equals retention. You just have to keep doing it the same way all the time, and then it's second nature, right? Like we don't have to think about how to wipe our ass because we've been doing it for years. So you just do it. Okay, so you guys probably don't see it because your BPMs are so high right now. BPM is not something on your motorcycle. But I already see the improvement. I'm watching you all the way from down there, and whenever you guys are ready to take off, I just saw your foot go like this. Nice and easy. The stops are getting easier. And then when I had you pull here, that's why I had you come here and stop, because you're doing it again. You're always doing it. And this is so relevant. This is why I tell you guys I don't want you to take off like this. Because when we get to exercise number 4, when you got to make a turn, you can't be speeding. So you have to be comfortable starting out slow. Because if you can't do it with the handlebar straight, turning them is just going to add another element that you know.
I'm scared of that one.
Oh, here we go.
No, the T looking where you got to stop it.
Yeah, what are you scared of? As I'm looking, what are you gonna hit? Nothing. Cones.
It's just something about having them bars turned that. Oh.
So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because we talked about that. Most motorcycle riders don't like turning the handlebars.
Yeah.
You watch my video on why that's a fallacy? Did you watch the video I did on why turning your handlebars actually makes your motorcycle more stable?
Yeah, I watched the one where you were saying you didn't have.
On my bike?
Is it the one where you're talking about you didn't have to lean to do a U-turn?
No. This is a video I made specifically on what I feel people, why I feel people fear turning the handlebars. And I actually started on my bicycle, demonstrating that if you ever see me on my motorcycle and we're doing like the slow race and I'm trying to get people to put their feet down, so sometimes I'm not moving at all. You'll never see me doing that with the handlebar straight. It's always with them turned. Because when your handlebars are turned, your motorcycle is actually more stable. It's almost like a tripod, right? If you ever see anybody balancing their bicycle or motorcycle, it's always turned. People fear turning the handlebars, at least my theory is, on a motorcycle because they're so used to riding bicycles that they think they think the handlebars are gonna go like this and they're gonna flip over, when that's not gonna happen. These lock. Also, most motorcycle riders don't know how to do what we're doing out here today. So that's why the thought of turning, the only way you could turn like that is riding slow. And what did we already talk about? 1 to 10 miles per hour, very uncomfortable. But once you get comfortable with it, all this stuff changes. That's why when people buy handlebars, when they're not preloaders, the only thing that matters is how cool they look. But once you become a preloader and you go to make a turn and say, oh man, I can't even reach my clutch. These things are too high, they're too wide. Because in their minds, they're not even thinking about turning like this because they're not ever gonna be riding that slow. And if they are, they're walking the bike. All right? All right. Gotcha. So I feel like I'm getting interviewed now. When she does that, she goes, gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Now we're going to do trust and believe. I asked you guys earlier if you trust and believe. This is going to make you trust and believe. That's partially a trust and believe thing, and you guys did excellent in that. I mean, excellent. The last one you did, you started out like this. Nice and slow. I can't wait for you to go back and watch that. Nice and slow. All the other time, and then you stayed the course. I told you a couple of times, slow down, nice and easy on the rear brake. Because whenever you do anything too much, it's disturbing the motorcycle. Yeah. And that's what makes you feel, But I'm here to tell you, if you ever do that, because it's gonna happen, we're human. If you do something to disturb the balance of the motorcycle, the friction zone will always make you feel better. Always, but you have to trust and believe. Speaking of trust and belief, that's what we're gonna do. Let me get Valiant. You guys are familiar with this, right? Yeah. So I don't need to demonstrate it.
Demonstrate it still.
Yeah, I was kidding. One more again.
This is the one every time we watch it, we're like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna do it now. What's always step number 1?
Make sure it's in first gear.
That's right. Step number 2?
Cover the rear brake.
Step number 3?
Preload, keep it loaded.
Preloaded, keep it loaded.
Yes. Now in this exercise, if you ever forget, right, make sure in first gear, bottom left. Cover the rear brake, bottom right. Come up. Preload, keep it loaded. Step number 4, clutch. This time it's clutch right before the sweet spot. We're not slowly releasing the clutch into the friction zone. In this exercise, clutch right before the friction zone. And I don't want you in the friction zone at all. And then step number 5, we're just gonna pick this foot up. Now, I don't want you to pick your foot up fast because again, it's gonna throw the motorcycle, which is not a big deal. That actually helps what we're trying to do here, but I'm not trying to make this scarier than it probably already is to you. I also don't want you to pick up your foot and then just open your clutch. I need you to feel falling. It's important. That's the only way we're gonna reprogram falling and this. to this. You have to trust and believe that when you feel this, just open up your clutch. Now don't pop it out, all right? And remember, you're always on that rear brake. Remember, the rear brake gives you control. That's why I can demonstrate this for you with Dirty Red right in front of me, and I'm not gonna hit Dirty Red because I'm controlled. The important thing is not just to learn this stuff, but to always be in control. And I believe you said that's what you wanted to do. One of you two said you want to be in control of your motorcycle, all right? All right. I know I'm in first gear, but I'm gonna check. I'm gonna cover the rear brake. Preload. Now this is one of those exercises where when it's time for you to go to the next step, people start thinking about it so much, the preload goes down. That is not gonna be advantageous for you here. Keep it loaded. So listen to it. Oh, there's my supervisor. Listen to it, right? I'm gonna bring my clutch right before the friction zone. See, I'm moving, so I know that's it. I'm right there. And then I'm pressing the rear brake to make sure I don't move. If I see your motorcycle, the back of it moving down like that, that means you're in the friction zone and you're holding it with the rear brake. I don't want that. I don't want this motorcycle to move an inch. Pick up your foot. Rear brake, I'm good. So if the motorcycle starts to fall to the right, when you open up the clutch, it's just gonna go to the right a little bit. If it's falling to the left, it's just gonna go to the left. Don't count to 5 Mississippi. As soon as you feel it falling, don't panic. Just open up the clutch. You're gonna be fine. Your motorcycle, trust me, it wants to always stand up and go straight with power. And all you're doing by opening up your clutch hand, you're already preloaded, is giving it the power that it wants to go straight. Trust and believe. And I got news for you. Even if your motorcycle is, the floorboards are almost on the floor. Now in that case, you might have to not only open up the clutch, you might have to open up the clutch quick. You might have to open it all the way and throttle. That's what I mean when I say being the boss of your motorcycle means knowing what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, right? The situation is always going to dictate what you need to do. Head and eye, straight ahead. Control. I'm in control, see? All right, who's first? LaShonda? Okay, ladies first. You guys want chivalry when it's advantageous for you. Chivalry is not dead. Right here. All right, let's try that again. All right, we gotta watch that speed. Nice and easy. All right, first gear, cover the rear brake, preload and keep it loaded. Clutch right before the sweet spot. And when you're ready, pick up that foot. Trust and believe. Let it out, let it out.
Oh, you said, I did the complete opposite. I squeezed. Let's do that again. You said let it out and I squeezed. I
Yeah,
get so nervous.
don't squeeze it in, let it out, baby. I got your bike, so don't worry about it. Good, keep it loaded, head and eyes, look at my camera. Pick up that foot, let it out. Shut it off. Let it out, don't pop it out.
Pop it.
No, that's the old school way. Nice and easy.
This is gonna be the definitely.
No, it ain't. It can't be.
You just made me 10 times more nervous.
Don't worry about me.
Why? You learn from, what did he do? All right, as V.I.Preloaders, we identify and then retry. What happened there?
Well, first off, I let the clutch out too fast.
Yes.
Okay.
And then,
Now, he let the clutch out too fast.
Yeah.
He would have been fine, but then he pulled it in.
yeah.
And that's why it fell. If you let the clutch out too fast, like a guy here let the clutch, it wasn't on one of these kind of bikes, but he let the clutch out too fast. He did a wheelie, but he was fine. You know, again, the bike wants to go. It wants to go.
Yeah, that's what I gotta stop doing. It's like you said, it's like when I let it out, like you said, if I probably just would have let it go and like
Yeah.
use the rear brake, I probably would have been fine, but my instincts was lock up.
Let's do it again.
So, one more time. When we do this, we are preloading and keeping it loaded. Clutch is all the way in, and as the bike...
The clutch is right before the sweet spot. It's not all the way in.
Right before the...
Well, for you, it's all the way in because you're damn...
Yeah.
Okay.
So, right before it tilts.
Right before, when you start feeling falling.
Okay.
As soon as you feel that, open up the clutch. That's right. And if you need to let it out quicker, you let it out quicker. It all depends on how fast it's going down. Now keep in mind, I got my hand on your sissy bar, so don't worry about it. Preload. Good, keep it right there. Pick up that foot, pick it up. Let it out, let it out, let it out. There we go. All right, copy and what she did. Easy, good. Pull right here. Turn the handlebars. Don't worry about it. Do it from right here.
I'm so head going right now.
All right, man. Good, good, good. Pick up that foot. Let it out, let it out. Let it out, let it out. Now you heard, you saw what happened there. He let it out, but his throttle was...
Yeah.
So it almost shut off. Right here. All right, that was very good. Let's do that again. Even the broken clock is right twice a day. Don't move, you're moving, you're moving. I don't want it moving an inch. Use that rear brake to make sure to control it. Up, up, up. Try it again. You're moving before you pick up the foot. Pick up the foot and then, once it starts falling, let it out, let it out. Woo! Same thing, right here. Good. So you almost had one of those same things. You opened up the clutch. As soon as you opened up the clutch, you let the throttle down and it almost stalled. Keep it loaded, baby. But already it's better. Good, good. Pick up that foot, let it out, let it out. Keep it loaded! So he just did twice what you did.
Okay.
As soon as you let the clutch out and the bike started to move, your throttle went down. And you almost stalled out.
Okay.
So to make sure we keep it loaded, we're gonna have a keep it loaded party.
Yes.
Keep it right there. All right, that was good. Keep it right there. Pick up that foot. Open up that hand, nice and easy. Keep it loaded.
Gotta keep this thing loaded.
Yeah, so good, you can see.
Yeah.
It almost stalled out again. Nice and easy. All right. We got tab performance on here, so I know you can hear it. Put it higher. Give me more preload.
Okay.
Yeah, keep it right there. Keep it right there. Don't move, don't move. Pick up that foot, let it out. Easy. Popping it. He's trying to do a wheelie, that's what's happening. Give me more preload. Good, keep it right there. Pick up that foot, let it out, let it out. Keep it loaded! Man, if you don't keep this thing loaded.
I know, that's why I keep talking to myself like it's gonna be this, it's like.
All right, here's what I want you to do. Actually, let's try it one more time like that. And then I'm gonna add something else to this. And see, as soon as his motorcycle stalled, because his handlebars were turned, it wants to fall. That's why we want to be straight. Got to keep it loaded. Let's try it again. Good, keep it right there. Let it out. Shut it off. Pick it up because it went all the way over. Just pick it off the fairing. Okay. I got it.
Oh.
You keep doing this back thing. Left hand on the right grip, right hand on the left grip. Get close to the motorcycle. Simultaneously, push, pull, step. Walk towards the motorcycle. Oh, I see it. No, I don't. I never can see it from over here. Do me a favor, drop the motorcycle on the left side. I mean on the right side. That way I can see.
Right.
Okay, so he's clearly having a keep it loaded problem.
Yeah. Y'all saw that SOS crew? This will be on the video. We are not editing this out.
No, absolutely not.
Well, looks like I gotta put you on strike.
What the hell is she talking about?
You're having a keep it loaded problem.
Oh.
That's true. We're gonna have a keep it loaded party, I'm telling you. All right, so we don't have to identify, we know what the issue is. We just gotta get it in there.
And it's just, it's just something about when it's like when I let this out, I do this. It's like, I don't know what it is.
So from now on, while you're riding your bike, I want you to continually concentrate on your RPMs.
Okay.
You got to get used to that sound and always concentrate on that sound. I know you're so concentrating on this. I get it. Trust me, I get it. All right, let's get the bride in here. This is your last time. Let it out, let it out, let it out. Woo! RPM low, but... All right, let's do this. I know this ain't a competition, but she's killing you right now.
Yes, she is. This is her strong point. After the thing she was scared of the most, she's doing the best.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. All right, the only thing you gotta do is keep it loaded. Keep it right there. Don't move, you're moving. Easy, easy. So I'm gonna tell you what else is happening. What's happening is you're feeling falling and going, oh crap, and popping the clutch. Okay. And when you're popping the clutch, you're also not keeping it loaded. That's why you pop out and then almost stall out. Okay. Popping out is fine, but you gotta keep it loaded. But I don't want you to pop out. There we go. Not yet. Throttle keeps going down. It keeps going down. All right.
Even tighter than it does
on TV.
That's what she said. Okay, so now listen. This is 7.5 feet wide, right? It's plenty of room. What I do want you to know is, when I stop, I'm going to stop at this line. If you stop at this line, you don't have to turn the handlebars first. None of that's necessary. You still have room to go straight and turn a little bit. But this is not a competition. So if you feel more comfortable stopping right here, stop right here. And we're not pulling a trailer, but if you feel more comfortable coming over here to make a left turn, then come over here. It's important that you guys know, this is why I was stressing so much. I don't want you taking off fast. I want you to be nice and easy, because that's what you need to be right here. Right? You can't go fast, otherwise you're gonna straight through here. That's what's gonna happen. Or if you're in the turn and then at the last minute you speed, it's always gonna straighten you out. Speed wants to straighten out your handlebars. So when you guys go through here the first time, I just want you to go straight through. Act like you're in a mall parking lot. Just go straight through. I don't want you leaning, because if you lean your motorcycle, that means you're introducing speed. And we don't want to introduce speed. We want you to be the boss. We want you to be in control. Straight up. The goal is to have your motorcycle as close to the center of this lane as possible. Envision that this is a double yellow line and there's traffic coming in this direction. Track the trailers. We know how much LaShonda loves track the trailers. Coming this way, right? If your wheels are here, yeah, you're still on this side, but where are your handlebars? So you're still over this line. So we don't want to be there. We want to, the goal is to be like right here. And the only way you're going to be in the center or close to the center is if you check your speed, turn your handlebars. We know 3 things determine the radius of our turn. You guys watch all the time. What's one thing? What's one thing?
Eyes.
What's one thing?
Speed.
Speed. That's the #1 contributing factor that it controls. What else? How much you turn your handlebars and how much you lean the motorcycle.
Okay.
So we've already eliminated leaning. I told you I want you to do this straight, and we've eliminated speed. I want you to go slow. So all you have to worry about is turning your handlebars. You don't have to do a full lock either. But if you go deep into it, yeah, now you're gonna have to do a full lock. This is all about that initial start when I told you nice and easy. Because if you start crazy, yeah, it's not gonna happen. Nice and easy, head and eyes, 8 steps to this. First ones are always the same. Make sure it's in first gear, cover the rear brake, preload, and keep it loaded, right? Clutch right before the sweet spot. Step number 5, head and eyes. And I'm gonna be watching you guys. Don't molest my cones with your eyes. Head and eyes. If you're going this way, we're not gonna do this one yet. But if he's still there, we're gonna look at him. Actually, I'm gonna have the camera at the end. So you can look at the camera, say cheese. Don't look down. Every time you look down, your handlebars do this, you believe it or not. Just trust me, I know it doesn't feel comfortable. We don't drive a car like that. When we make a turn in the car, we don't go like this. But on a motorcycle, I understand because you're dealing with balance. For some reason, you want to look down when really you balance better with your eyes up. You don't believe me? Get a broomstick and balance it looking up at it. And then try to look like this balancing it. That's going to be an issue. All right? Step number 7, step number 6, slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. Now guys, when you're doing this from a stop, because we're gonna do it from a stop too, again, don't do that because it's gonna throw your balance off. And we're not doing exercise number 3. When you feel the motorcycle starting to move, then pick up your foot nice and easy, head and eyes, handlebars, make sure you keep it loaded, use that rear brake to control your speed. I'm gonna demonstrate it for you and I'm gonna exaggerate it. I'm gonna be going very slow, just to make the point that the only thing keeping it up is I'm using the rear brake and the throttle against one another. And really I'm doing exercise number 3 because while I'm turned, if I'm sitting like this, if I feel the motorcycle starting to fall, I'm gonna open up the clutch a little bit and that's gonna stand me up. And then I'm gonna use the rear brake to stop me. I feel it falling, clutch, rear brake, clutch, rear brake. That's all I'm doing. This is like a dance. You have to be coordinated. And once you practice this, you automatically know what to do based on what you feel. Any questions? All right, so I'm gonna run through it the first way. Like I said, straight up, don't lean. Then we'll start doing it from a stop. Now, what I started to introduce to you guys in exercise number 3 is open up when you felt the motorcycle falling, open up the clutch straight up, and then I wanted you to stop. Because I also noticed that, again, I always want you to be in control. You guys would go, and then you just, boom. But you know what? We gotta crawl before we can walk, man, so.
I barely can even go.
All right. Head and eyes. Rear brake. Now right there, my balance pushed me to the right. Thank you. My balance pushed me to the right, but you didn't see a foot come down. Like I said, we're in a controlled environment. Don't put your foot down. Just go back into the friction zone and ride out of the exercise. No big deal. Then you're gonna come to a stop. So now you're doing exercise number 1 again, coming to a smooth stop. Make sure you're in first gear, cover the rear brake, preload and keep it loaded, clutch right before the sweet spot. Head and eyes, look where I wanna go. Slowly release this clutch into the friction zone. As soon as I start to move, I'm picking this foot up, I'm still on this rear brake. When I start, I'm starting on the rear brake. That's gonna make sure I don't jerk forward. And then I'm gonna turn my handlebars. Middle of the lane, that's where you want to be. Any questions? All right. Straight through, straight up. Look at my camera. Look at my camera. Look at my camera. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Head and eyes. Look at my camera. Keep looking at it. Keep looking at it. Easy, easy. Speed, speed. Okay, remember, nothing changes based on what we've been doing. No, everything is the same. Exercise number 1, everything is nice and easy. Slowly release the clutch, cover the rear brake, head and eyes. That was, did you put your foot down making that turn?
Almost.
Yes, you did.
I didn't put it
Yes, you
down.
did.
I almost did.
No, you tapped that foot.
We'll see. We'll see.
You tapped your foot.
We'll see. The wives and the husband, they'll always call each other out. He ain't gonna let that go.
Hey, I don't got my bike mental. I'm gonna get her. You put that foot down, girl.
All right, come on. Straight through. Nice and easy. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Head and eyes, look at the camera. Good, good, nice and easy. Nice! Preload, keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. It's too low. His whole engine is shaking. His whole engine is shaking. The RPMs are too low. All right, let's do it again. Nice and easy. Slow down, slow down. Easy, easy. Easy. Good, good. Wow. Good. Nice and easy. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Too much speed. Too much speed. Keep it loaded doesn't mean go fast. All right, nice and easy. The BPM is like 200.
I know. Okay.
Good. Preload, preload. Keep it up there. Head and eyes, rear brake, rear brake. Turn the handlebars. It happens. But she did the important thing last time. She won that battle against instinct. She went to put her foot down, but she didn't. Keep it right there. Keep it right there. Slow down. Good. Head and eyes. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Nice. I want it a little bit slower.
I don't know what it is. Like, I look, but I don't know.
It happens. Don't worry about it. Listen, you did it 3 times and 1 time you went that way. You focus on, don't focus on the 1 time. All right, come on. We're gonna focus on the positive out here, not the negative. I know it's easy to focus on the negative. Good, slow down. Look at head and eyes. Nice! Woo! That's the best one today. Good. Head and eyes, slow down, slow down, slow down. Too much speed. See, every time he comes through here, speed. That's why he's all the way over here. Too much speed. Show him how it's done. Show him how to do it. Preload. Give me some more preload. Good. Head and eyes. Use the rear brake. Good, 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 good. Nice. Slow down. Good. Head and eyes. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Much better. Do it from the stop. Do it from the stop. All right. Nothing has changed from what you did over there. Only thing different if you're turning the handlebars. Nice and easy. You did excellent over here. I mean, I didn't expect that. I really didn't.
Okay.
Excellent. And if you have to go out, you go out. Don't worry about it. Good. Rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. Woo! All right. This is the exact same thing you were doing over there. The only difference is we're turning the handlebars. Watch your speed and you'll be fine. Keep it loaded. Look at my camera. Head and eyes. My camera. It happens. All right, let's copy and paste. Good. Rear brake, keep it loaded. Turn the handlebars, turn the handlebars. Nice. Easy. All right.
All right.
Look at the camera. I'm coming over here. I gotta look at your eyes. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. You good?
Yeah, it's just when the bike came up, the pipe just hit my shin, so it's a little sore.
So let me say this to you as well. If this bike is falling, don't hold on to the handlebars, because that's what you're doing, and that's why it's pulling it all the way over.
Okay.
Yeah, just if it's gonna fall, just let it fall. Well, I prefer you keep it loaded, but
Yeah.
okay. And sometimes when we drop our motorcycles, if our confidence takes a hit. Do you know why it fell?
Yeah. First off, I wasn't giving it enough. I didn't keep it preloaded.
There you go. No, that was it.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing else is gonna make it fall. With your head and your eyes make it fall. He said, "Screw the SOS crew. It's over."
I got it. I just didn't want to break it.
Oh. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because they keep falling on top of it, and that one up behind the camera.
Oh, you ain't got no guards on this either. Yeah, back up. Okay. Good, head and eyes. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. There we go. Too much speed, but hey, we're working it out. Look at that camera, say cheese. Woo! Right turns, go straight through, right turns. Right turn. Don't lean, don't lean. Straight up, no lean. Excellent. Woo! Her eyes looks like I'm coming at it with a machete, but excellent. Keep it loaded, baby. Keep it loaded. So you pulled it down again.
Yep. I tried to catch it at the last second. How you say this?
Hold on. First, pick it up off the side of the damn mirror. Yeah, pick it up. Yeah, put it on the engine guard. Okay. Now, face it. Left hand on the right grip. Left hand on the right grip. No. Left hand on the right grip.
Right. Yeah, this is
Right hand on the left grip. You're pushing with this hand, pulling with that hand, and step into the motorcycle simultaneously. 1, 2, 3. Let's walk into it. Walk into it. Oh, hold on. We forgot to put kickstand down and everything. Yeah, walk into it, big guy.
Man, my bike
We forgot to turn it off.
It's gonna turn me in for abuse.
Keep it mother flipping loaded. Now that time, that's all it was. That's all it's been all this time, really.
Yeah. And I knew that was gonna be my biggest problem when we came, and that's why I wanted to come, is just because I gotta be able to figure that out.
And as you're making this turn, I'm looking at your eyes. You're looking at this cone, looking at that cone. Head and eyes, keep looking at that camera. Slow down, slow down. Easy. Nice and easy. Straight up, straight up. Too much speed. Oh, there we go. Woo! At the last minute, he corrected that. He was going fast, rear brake. That's what allowed him to turn his handlebars. Good, LaShonda, good, good. Wow. There we go. Woo! Look where he's at. What the hell's going on? He's right here. Dude, tell me to shut that bike off. What happened that last time you went through? Remember I told you your goal is to be in the center of the lane?
Yeah.
Dude, you're right here. Like, this is beyond the center. Holy crap. That's the best one today. Whatever the hell, well, you don't know what you did. So, I know what you did. Your throttle was steady that whole time. Remember, we're going slow and turning. If that throttle's not steady, if you don't have, even if it is steady, if you're not in the friction zone enough, if the power going to that rear wheel is not steady, your motorcycle wants to fall. And that's why you feel, uh-oh, right there, the whole time. Your head and your eyes are looking at the camera. Your handlebars stayed turned. They weren't doing this. And you were steady. That's the key to success. LaShonda, I don't know what the hell's going on. You're just doing great. I mean, just... Oh, and the other time, the last time you went through, you were going too fast, and I thought you were gonna go out of the exercise. You hit the brake. I'm talking to the Marquise. You hit the brake, and that allowed you to turn. Boom, stayed in. Perfect. I like to see stuff not work out and watch you work it through. So that was excellent. That's part of being the boss, knowing what to do when something's not going as planned. All right, let's do that again. We got to do that again, Marquise. Oh my, I'm putting this in my saddlebag.
It's too much pressure.
You're missing good footage, man. It's a damn shame. Excellent. She looks more comfortable too. So, all right, too much speed, too much speed. Very nice. Now they're leaning, but that's fine. I'm trying to build confidence out here. Nice and easy, nice and easy. All right, good, better. All right, you're looking good, nice, and you look very comfortable. Why are you looking over here? Don't look over here. Keep it loaded, use that rear brake. Good. Keep it loaded. Woo! Nice and easy, baby. What did Jaws do to you? Why are you beating her up? Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. He's got no throttle, like zero. You cannot idle through this turn, especially not leaning, which I don't want him to do in the first place. Keep it loaded. Good, good. Rear brake. All right.
I gotta take a bit.
Keep it loaded. Give me more. Keep it there. Keep it there. Keep it there. It's still low. Head and eyes. Keep it straight up. Don't lean it. After this, take a break. Too much speed, too much speed. Remember the last time he was over there. This time, he's just making it. Speed. I saw it. Right before you move, you looked at this cone, you looked at that cone. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. You're good. Nice and easy. You know what? Make this turn and stop right here. Stop right here. Keep the motorcycle straight up. Keep it loaded. Don't stop with the wheel turn. All right, try that again. All right. LaShonda, stop right here. All right, remember, too much speed. Because you're leaned, that's why it's hard for you to come to a stop. And you're stopping with the handlebars turn. If you do it straight up, when you come to a stop, all you have to do is do this.
So turn straight up fast.
Straight up. The whole time I told you, I don't want you to lean in this exercise.
Okay.
Straight up. Keep the motorcycle straight up. Stop looking at my cones. Keep it loaded. Much better. Much better. All right, go take a break. You and Jaws need a break right now.
I know, right?
After this, take a break. Good. Straight up. All right, that's not straight up, but it's still good. All right, take a break. This is a little less intimidating, but it's still important because I want you to be able to manipulate your motorcycle. I was watching a YouTube video yesterday. Guys on the motorcycle, car pulls out. He had plenty of time to stop, but clearly he doesn't practice. So all he did when the happened was instincts. Brake, 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 bam, right into the car. All he had to do was front brake, front brake, front brake, emergency braking, downshift, and swerve. That's all he had to do. And that's what we're doing here. Swerve, swerve. I need you to manipulate your motorcycle, show it who's the boss, lean. Don't do this straight up and down. You guys were dying to lean in exercise number 4, so now I want you to lean.
No, why this will be the time I'll be straight up and down.
I want you to lean. Don't go too fast, right? I don't want you going like this, straight up, and hitting every cone. Treat these cones like poles. If your saddlebag goes over it, you hit it. See where my motorcycle is? There's lines on both sides. I want you to go wide. Going wide is going to force you to lean and turn, unless you're going too fast, all right? So watch your speed. I'm going to demonstrate it going down and coming back, but when it's your turn to go, you're going to go down there and come toward me because I want you looking right at my camera. Don't look at the cones.
Look at the camera.
That's right. Your peripheral vision will pick up the cones.
Okay.
Head and eyes, straight ahead. All right. Straight ahead, Monkey. straight ahead. I know it's, you guys are manipulating, you just molesting my cones with your eyes. So he would also benefit from having his clutch adjusted so it's not engaged so far out. So he's already coming in here too fast, too fast, too fast. Slow it down, too fast. But that's what everybody wants to do in the single serpentine. They want to go fast. Good, good. Wow, wow. If you look at her eye, she's petrified, but she's doing great. Some people do better under pressure. I think that's everyday fake. Out, too much speed. Too much speed, focus that cone. Look at everyday fake, woo! Look at everyday fake, working it out even around the cone that was down, which made that turn tighter. Oh, that was excellent. A little too fast. That's why she's actually, her bags were actually going over the cones, which means she's hitting them. But what I'm focused on is when she got to the end, that foot went to go down twice. Never did. Trust and believe. Fighting the instinct and winning the battle. That's what I like. He's going too fast. Slow down. Too much speed. That's better. That's better. Oh, 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 oh. Really? Really? No, 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 no. Keep it loaded. All right. Forward to that. All right. The infamous U-turn. Full of relevance. But before I even talk about that, Shonda, you did great in this.
Really?
I mean, great. You started getting cocky at the end, going a little faster, you know. But you really did. And at the end, that last one, went to make that right turn. I heard your throttle go down. Foot came out twice. Mm-hmm. Never went down. I love watching that. That's you fighting an instinct and winning the battle.
Okay.
Dang.
High five. She can't. She doesn't peripheral vision.
I didn't see you.
I was like,
She's focused, man.
I was focused. I gotta get this.
Marquise, excellent work too. Because at first you started out like Evel Knievel. I said too fast. Slow down. Slow down. Some more issues with the preload and keep it loaded. You can get away with it more in here because you have momentum because you're moving. Mm-hmm. All right, but again, we want to make sure we check that because it's going to rear its head someplace where you don't want it to. And
oh yeah,
we already know what the result is. Okay, 27 feet. That's how wide this is. How wide is a country road?
I have no idea.
24 feet. Mm-hmm. That's why in the MSF course they want you to make 24-foot U-turns. So you have more space here, but you're not going to need it. long as you do exactly what I tell you to do. As you enter this U-turn, you should already have your RPMs where they need to be. That way you don't have to think about it when you're about to make the turn. Marquise, what are we turning first? Head and eyes or handlebars?
Head and eyes first.
That's right. Head and eyes. And when you turn your head and eyes and look at my camera, don't turn your head and your eyes and the handlebars at the same time. It's head and eyes and then handlebars. Because yes, it's going to help you turn easier. But more importantly, you want to know what the hell's going on before you commit to a turn, especially a U-turn. Even if you looked and said to yourself, okay, it's good. Stuff happens fast out there. Head and eyes, handlebars. Ride your motorcycle to right here. Head and eyes, handlebars. I want you to go for my camera. Don't do this with your handlebars. Keep it consistently turned. Keep your head and eyes consistently on the camera. You don't have to fully lock. You don't have to lean a lot, but I do want you to lean. And I don't want you going fast in here and using momentum to coast around the U-turn. That's not doing anything for what we're doing out here. You should feel the motorcycle pulling you through if you're in the friction zone. Rear brake if you need it. Get right here. You're good to go. If you go wide on this, it's because you're going too fast. All right?
Okay.
And I think that's my thing in the real world. I be like, he just hit something after momentum. Because even when I'm practicing, a lot of times I realize, even when I'm doing my U-turns, I'm doing them at a faster pace. So
Yeah,
probably,
I've watched it.
Yeah.
And there's a girl that came out here that she rides an Indian, and she was like, yeah, this is how I usually make my U-turns. And that's what she did, momentum. And I said, yeah, but you don't want to make U-turns like that because you can't always make a U-turn like that. You put speed behind it, and now you have to stop. You know, or if there's a curb or something there, if you're not sure about the space of it, why would you want to put all that speed behind it?
Mm-hmm.
Because at that point, you're not really in control. Momentum is taking you through that turn.
Okay.
So we're going to make a left turn, then we're going to do a stop and make a U-turn from a stop. Then we're going to make a U-turn from a stop, make a U-turn and stop, and then we're going to do the same thing going right. Listen to my throttle. I'm going to try to keep it the same the whole time. That's always my goal. A lot of breathing heavy, man. A lot of heavy.
do that, and you talking about do a U-turn from a stop? I couldn't even do a left turn from a stop.
But this is easier because that requires you to do it right away. This, you got space. You don't have to do it like I did. Just, you know. seeing. Every time Marquise comes to a stop, I hear his RPMs up to assure he comes to a smooth stop instead of. So that's good. That's what I mean. We're always practicing. Remember, we talked about practicing giving us options. So LaShonda's right here, and I say, right turns. She goes, okay. Now in my brain, I'm just gonna come over here and then make a right U-turn. LaShonda said, no. I'm going all the way around and then we'll come around here. And Marquise said, I'm right behind you, baby.
I said, hey, she got the right idea.
But again, the more we practice, I already know. I already know for a fact, I bet my house on it, that if I told you to come here and then come over here and make the U-turn, you do it. I know you could do it based on what I saw you do. If you can make a left or right turn that tight, why couldn't you do this? This is nothing.
Right.
And you've already proven you can make the U-turn, but your brain is still saying, but I know you could. All right.
Okay.
Just go straight through. right, guys, so that's going to do it. Just a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I really had a great time. I had another private lesson too, and that was with 2 other VI preloaders, and had a great time with them and their girlfriends. They rode down here from Maryland. I don't know if they want their names mentioned, so I'm not going to mention their names, but phenomenal time with them. Was very happy to see that they left feeling more confident than when they got here, and that's always the goal anytime we go out and practice, guys. All right, again, I want to thank Landshark Chronicles and Everyday Faye for making the trip. I enjoyed them being here. They're always welcome here. I already told them that. They are in the friend zone. They're in the circle. They are definitely in the circle, so they're always welcome, and I'm looking forward to having them back. According to them, they'll be back next month. You guys know May is going to be a busy month. May 14th, I'm going to be in Jersey. I'm doing a traveling practice session. Now, all of the spots for that are full, but I still encourage you, come on out, hang out. I already told you guys I love the meet and greets. Obviously, that's going to happen if I'm there. So, yes, that's going to be at 9 a.m. That's going to be in Allenwood, New Jersey, okay? And I'm looking forward to that. As long as the weather cooperates, we're going to have a ball, right? And if it's like if there's supposed to be inclement weather in the morning, we'll hang out until if it's going to end in the afternoon, we'll start in the afternoon, okay? And then on May 15th, I'm going to be in Maryland, Columbia, Maryland, and that's for a practice session as well. That's also full, but please, if you're in the area or if you're close and you want to come down, hang out with myself and your fellow preloaders and VI preloaders, come on down. So it's going to be Preloader Nation in Jersey on Saturday and Preloader Nation in Maryland on Sunday. Looking forward to it, guys. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video or any of the videos that I put out, please hit that subscribe button. If you watch me regularly and you're not subscribed, maybe you don't realize how important it is, but that's how you show your support, because that helps me out. I know my videos help you guys out. That's how you help me. At least that's one way. And that way is free, and you only have to do it once. So please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. That also helps out the channel. And to help you out, because I don't want you to miss anything that I put out, hit that notification bell and then switch it to all. That way you're notified every time I put a video out. All right, guys? And I want you to share these videos, guys. The way we're going to get that 2% number of motorcycle riders that are proficient at slow speed riding, where we're going to change that, we all play a part in that. That's why I tell people, if you see somebody struggling, duck walking, whatever they're doing, don't mock them, don't make fun of them, don't laugh at them, help them. And how do you help them? Just send them a link to the video. Sometimes people don't want to hear what you have to say. You know, we have some egos and such. Just send them the video, and then they can get the help they need on the low. They don't have to let anybody know that they're being helped, right? There are some people that are like that. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't care how they get the help. I just want them to get it. I want them to apply it. I want them to practice, just like I want you guys to always practice. I always tell you guys, if you have time to ride, you have time to practice, and I mean that. Seat time does not equal practice time, all right? And the thing I really admire about Landshark Chronicles and Everyday Faye is they're brand new motorcycle riders, brand new. They made it a priority to get proficient in slow speed. They made it a priority because they understand how important it is as far as them being safe. And you know, they have children, they have a family, so it's bigger than you, especially if you have people dependent on you. All right, just remember that every time you get on one of these motorcycles, you cannot come home. Every time. Keep that in the back of your mind. Then keep in the back of your mind, the less you know how to ride these, the higher the odds are that something bad's going to happen to you. Okay? It's not guaranteed. The odds are higher because your options out there when you're riding your motorcycle are limited to your skill level. And if your skill level is 0, your options are 0. Or, I won't say 0, but they're limited to your instincts, which are usually dead wrong on your motorcycle. We need muscle memory to resort to. We need technique to resort to. And the only way that's going to happen, guys, is if you practice. And like I always say, you don't have to practice every day. You don't have to be out there for hours. You don't even need cones. It's a state of mind. So if you tell yourself, I know I do, when I leave my garage, I pull to the end of this curb, I say to myself, okay, I'm going to practice making a right turn from a stop, and then I'm going to practice making a left turn from a stop. Now to do that, I make the right turn, then I come back and I practice doing a slow turn, 90-degree stop, and then backing up, and then I make the left. Then I make a couple of U-turns, figure eights, boom, and then I can go. If you do that all the time, trust me, that counts. It counts, it counts. All right, guys? All right. Guys, I appreciate you spending this time with me. I know you could be doing anything with your time, and the fact that you choose to spend a little bit of it with me, that's always appreciated. I want to acknowledge my brothers and sisters in blue. Please be careful out there, guys, and know that you're appreciated. Special shout out to the elite NYPD Highway Patrol, particularly Highway 1, because that's where I worked, and the Highway District. That's where the motorcycle school is. That's what taught me how to ride my motorcycles the way I ride them. But the training didn't end there. I've said this before, when I left motorcycle school, my confidence level was still here. But it's my responsibility to continue to practice so that I can be proficient, confident, and that's the key right there, confidence, because everything follows with confidence. All right, guys? All right, guys. Love you guys. Until next time.